And we are live. As usual, let me just check real quick if everything is going according to plan, if we can hear everything, if we can see everything. And it sounds good, looks good. Okay, cool. Okay, let me get rid of this microphones, headphones rather. Okay, cool. How's it going? Welcome to another live stream. How are you feeling? Tell me. How are you feeling? I see we have already a person in here. Welcome to my live stream. It is, it's almost 1 a.m. here. I didn't mean to go live that late, but it happened. Yeah, I'm not going to be live super late today. I just wanted to experiment with one thing in Blender and Emergen, and I figured, why don't I take you guys on the road? And you probably wonder, why am I having this video playing right now as we speak? Because we did get another viral video. I uploaded this clip yesterday on Facebook and we got like 1,000 views yesterday or so. Maybe two. Like one or 2,000. Today, I woke up this morning, out of nowhere, it was at 10,000 views. I was like, wow, I can't believe it. 10,000 views this morning, like 12 hours, 16 hours ago. Then, I was just going about my day, and eventually, believe it or not, this video got 500,000 views around like 5 hours ago. Like this evening, it was like 500,000 views on this video, what you're seeing right now. Then, okay, I was very fascinated. And I just checked, this video has 1 point something million views right now. Like it got over 1 million views today, and that's super exciting. So that's why I'm playing this in honor to those views and to all the people watching this. Yeah, which is funny because you probably know that if you follow my channel, this is not how I made this effect. I bought this Cybertruck after the fact, so I could make those fake before green screen Cybertruck videos. That's obviously not how I made this effect. If you want to know how I made this effect, I obviously have tutorials on that. But yeah, that's not how I made it. Anyways, again, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be making some explosions. It's gonna be a very explosive day today. And I'm still gonna wait until we have a few people in here. Yeah, because I don't want to anybody to miss this. But while we're here, for everybody who's watching the live stream like after the fact, let me show you what I was working on today. Actually, this here is Emergen, and this is some fire going on. I'm not gonna show you the final clip yet because the final clip is gonna get uploaded tomorrow or so. But yeah, this is basically, I made a skull. I set it on fire. Pretty cool, right? Hold on, let me make this bigger. There you go. Still Emergen. I'm so fascinated by that. It's so cool how that works. So fast. Look at that. Yeah. So that's what I made today. And this evening, I figured I had like an idea. I wanted to try something. Um, what I wanted to do is I wanted to have like a building, and I wanted to explode from the inside, like a concrete building, so that the building itself doesn't get destroyed. Hey, Apple Love Bad Boys, welcome to my live stream. I'm just telling you guys about my plan. Um, yeah, my plan is to make an explosion basically out of a building, so like a concrete building. So I don't want the building itself to explode. I just want fire to come out of it. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be super cool. Um, Maybe it's gonna be super cool. I don't know because I'm still trying to figure out Embergen how it works. So if you guys know Embergen better than I do, then I'm always open to get some help here because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying things out. Anyways, for that, in order for that, we need to make something in Blender first. So I'm just gonna close what I had, make a new Blender file. Because what I need is a house or some kind of building where the explosion can come out of. Okay, so we're gonna make this real quick. Not real quick. Like since I'm not a modeler, this is gonna take me probably a while. Um, I'm just gonna make a new folder. This is like all the Blender experiments I've done in the past. I don't know, few weeks or months. Um, that yeah. So this is where I always save my new files. House explosion, Embergen. Okay, this is where I'm gonna save it. House explosion, Embergen. Cool. Okay, we have a few more people in our stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let me go to this monitor because you don't need to see my beautiful face. Look how beautiful I am. I'm just kidding. I'm not. Speaking of not being beautiful, that's the theme of my next video, which I'm gonna upload tomorrow. Jasmine is online for you one more time. You missed it before. She's saying she can't listen for too long. You do great job. Have fun at the stream. Bevor du gehst, Jasmin, guck mal. Das habe ich gemacht heute und das kommt im morgigen Video. Okay. Als kleine Vorwarnung. Okay. Anyways, let's go to Blender. And what we're gonna do today, so I'm gonna build a little house. We're just gonna move those two things like away so I can build the house behind him. Thing is, I could just use a house, but I'm just gonna make my own. It's not gonna be super complex. Okay, this is a house now. And okay, I think a house is more or less like 3 meters tall. So something like that. Yeah, like I said, I'm not big into modeling. I don't know much about it, but I'm just gonna try my best here to make a house. The most important part here is I want um windows because I want the explosion to come out of windows. So I'm just gonna make some loop cuts like this. Okay, this is not bad. So I can open up this here. I'm gonna just delete those faces. Hey, Cal's Gaming. Hi, 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 hi. Welcome to my live stream. How's it going? So now I'm gonna dissolve those faces. Dissolve faces. Delete faces. There we go. So now we can look through it. I'm gonna delete those two as well. Because what I want is an explosion inside and then the fire to come outside. And the angle is gonna be like somewhere like this. Or like this. You're seeing me from 5K. You mean like 5K followers? Is that what you're talking about? Speaking of followers, I showed you my Facebook page before. This is my Facebook page. I'm at like 44,000 followers now. I gained like 20 something thousand like last month. So on Facebook on my work is famous on Facebook now. So That's awesome. I'm gonna make a few more loop cuts here because I want those windows also to break. This one and this one. Yeah, on Facebook, I'm basically just uploading the reels, the shorts. I also upload here. I'm basically doing the same thing. Okay, let's open the ceiling too. And I wonder if this is enough already. If I just import this into Emergent, and that's enough. Okay, let's see. Position. I know that position and rotation, everything has to be on 0. Rotation 0. Um. Woohoo! Beata Tim. Woohoo! Welcome. So now, again, I'm like super new to the Emergent workflow, so I'm just gonna try my best. So what I need to do is I'm gonna have my house. This is a house, by the way, in case you wonder. Hold on. What I did, I want to redo. This is a house. I don't want to delete this face here. What I want to do is I'm gonna make like a proper roof. So basically, like I'm gonna make another cube like this. I'm gonna make like this. Again, I have a very hard time like modeling stuff, but it's gonna be great. Could be a plane instead. It's gonna be okay like that. I'm gonna go to side view. Okay. Like usually when you model something, you always should look at reference. I'm not doing that right now, and that also means that I'm not gonna do a very good job because I'm basically trying to build this from my imagination because that's what I think a house looks like. Oh, I made a mistake. It's like let me get like that. Yeah, usually I should be looking at pictures, but I'm not. Does that look like a house? So like this part. Hold on. With all the faces. I wanted to make this a separate object. Hold on. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. How do I make it a separate object? I forgot. Is it Control P? No. Shift P? Nope. Something with P. How does it work again? Yeah. Oh, hold on. This is what I want to show. Not my stupid face. You guys have to let me know if I'm on the wrong screen. Um, then you have to let me know because sometimes I forget. Hey Mudu, how's it going? Welcome to my live stream. We're making cool explosions today. Hopefully. Okay, how about that? This. Select all that. It doesn't work either. I don't know, what does a house look like? I don't know. Yeah, welcome to my live stream, everybody. It's uh just me. I've gotta go. I'm gonna listen to the live stream later when I'm home. Bye, and say hi to Matt and Ellie. I will say hi to both of them, but not tonight. I'm gonna say hi to them tomorrow, because I'm not gonna see either one of them today. Thing is, what I'm doing here doesn't really matter. I just wanted to make something special. Screw it. It's gonna be a boring house. Okay. Because all I want to do is like explode this thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna save this as the FBX export, and let's hope that I'm gonna do it right. This is selected, file, export as FBX. I'm gonna call this house explosion emergent. It's only selected objects, and okay, let's export this. Now I'm gonna go to emergent here. I'm gonna start a new file. I don't need this one anymore. New project. Don't save. And let's see. I'm gonna start with one of the presets. Gas explosion, maybe. Let's see what else we got. We need definitely an explosion. Let's go to presets. Aerial explosion is not bad. I like this. This one has a lot of smoke going on. But let's see what else we got. This is cool. What do you think, guys? Which one should I take? So this explosion, what I'm doing here, it's gonna be inside the house. So it's gonna basically blow out of the windows. So which one should I take? I mostly like the simple ones. Oh, this is like from Lord of the Rings. Um, Something like I like this one. This one, they're all good. This one says massive. My house is not that massive. Let's try this one. Okay. Now what I need to do is like import a collider. I'm gonna make a collider in the shape. I think I have to import. Yeah, there we go. It's my first time doing this, so bear with me. Gas explosion 2 or 1, you said. Let me see. Okay, let me start over then. Um, Gas explosion. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Gas explosion 1 or 2. Let's see which one is better. I like those particles here. Let's go with gas explosion 2 then. Don't save. Okay. Oof. You can already see this one is going to be heavy on the computer. You see how slow it is? But it looks very cool. Um, okay, so this one is way more complicated, as you can see. But that's fine. So what we need is this one, the collider, and import a collider. Again, I'm doing that for the first time. So if I do something wrong or it doesn't work, just bear with me here. And if you know better, then let me know too. Okay, now you can see my house is way too small. And I wonder if I should just scale up my house. Um, but at least we got it in here, which is pretty cool. But how do I make it bigger? Okay, first problems here. Scale. Okay. We made it already bigger, not bad. We're going in the right direction. So now could also make this explosion just smaller. Maybe. Let me see if that works. So I'm gonna go to the main. Make this one. I think if I make the voxel size bigger, it actually gets bigger. Um, 0.2. Okay. See this? The explosion is happening inside of my house. Yeah, not quite what I want yet, but we're gonna get there. So I need this domain to be okay. This is like almost the right size of my domain. The y-axis, I'm gonna make the y-axis a little bigger. Let's say 500. Apply. I'm gonna move my import a little to the center. Now I need to find my emitters because they're like somewhere in here. But you can already see exactly what I wanted. It comes out of all the windows. I don't think I have any windows here, do I? Oh, yes, I do. The bomb. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. It's like almost perfect. That's cool. Huh. Even the smoke is going to come out and stuff. Oh, it looks cool. Let me move this a little. Oh, not this. Let me move my import, my model I imported. Oh, not this way. This way. Because I want it to come out of all the windows. This is just so cool. It's so satisfying to watch that. Uh, yeah, so now, because it's just like a fun project here, I'm just gonna export this. Let's say like 200 frames. That should be enough. Let's go here to my simulation. It's the render. I don't need render. I need VDB because I need a VDB out of this. I want 200 frames. And I'm gonna save it to house explosion emergent. When you do this, make sure it's just like with image sequences that you save it as a in a folder. Um, house explosion VDB. So it's gonna be in here. Also gonna call it house explosion VDB. There you go. First frame, let's say 1. Now the question is, how far back are we gonna go? Because you can see that the explosion, all the smoke stops there. So I might actually increase the size, the what is it? The domain size a little further a little further up. So the z-axis, make it also 500, so we can see the smoke rise a little more. But that's gonna make the whole VDB also bigger. Um, and it's gonna take longer to render. Okay, 500 might be a little much. Let's do 400. Yeah. Domains in general, you always want to keep them as small as possible. Yeah, otherwise, it just takes too long to render. Hallo, Steffi. Leider kann ich Hallo gerade nicht schreiben, weil es mitten in der Nacht ist. I just said I can't scream hello because it's in the middle of the night here and people are sleeping. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, so basically what I can do is, okay, I have my windows here and here. Let me check one more time if that looks good. It looks sick. I could even, you know, I have like this one thing, this one scene where I put my coat over my face. I could just put myself in a green screen, like the green screen shot where I just protect my face with my coat. I could just put that in front of it, and then I have already a cool new scene. Let me just see. Okay, let me just first export this and see how it goes. 200, is that enough? Let's say it's enough. Not, I can always export it again. Let me save this. Save as. I made the mistake to just override those presets, and now half of those presets are not presets anymore because I was playing with all of them. So yeah, I have to reinstall Emergen anytime soon. Okay, gas explosion to house explosion. I think that was a good call. Who said that earlier? DG Sudo. I think this explosion was a good call. Okay, export. Doesn't even take that long, like a minute or so. Okay, let's switch back to Blender. So we need to make this a little prettier. So the oh shit, sorry, I forgot to do something. Cancel, 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 cancel. Okay. With what I need to do is, you see this transform node. In order for it to be in the same position like my house, I need to have this transform node connected to this transform, and that's going to bring it to the same position in both softwares. In theory, override. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this experiment right now, because I want to figure out if that's how it works, because I always had trouble to bring my emergen scene or my emergen fire smoke into Blender into the exact same position, because if it's not in the same position in the same scale, then I have a problem. So that's the main reason why I'm doing this experiment. Oh, where's my water? 1 second. Please, please, Kel's Gaming. What do you need? Say, please. What do you want? If I have it, you can have it. All right. Moving on. Now we're gonna be here in Blender. I'm gonna move all of this to where I want the camera to be, actually. And again, I'm gonna use my Michal. It's not Michal. My character here as a um, placeholder. So I can set up my scene. So it's going to be something like this. We're going to see how much of the explosion we're going to see. And I want to show as much as possible. So I need to find if I have this green screen guy here. Because I might have him on my old hard drive or my old computer. Speaking of old computer, I need to. You even see the computer? I have to turn on my lights. I can't even see it. Never mind. Hey, Solid Motion, how's it going? Welcome to my live stream. We're making explosions right now. I don't know if you've seen it. Check this out. Oh, this is so satisfying. So cool. I love this. And I think I'm a little what is it called? A pyromaniac, setting stuff on fire and stuff like that. But since it's illegal to do this in real life, I have to do this in CG. Yeah, so this is gonna be cool. Now I exported this. Now I can bring this into Blender, and let's hope for the best that this is gonna work out. Import, where is it? Volume, import VDB, pause explosion, making sure it's in the right order. Click all, import, and it looks fine. I know it's not as impressive as it was before, but I'm just checking if it's in the right position, and it looks good. Um, the reason why you don't see anything right now is because inside of Blender you have to uh hold on, Vinity Zone, das kann man dich nicht hören bzw. verstehen. Oh, sorry. I have to come closer to the microphone. My bad. I got too comfortable here. I have this little microphone here. Test this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was probably too loud. Sorry. So yeah, I have to be closer to the microphone. Speaking of microphone, I actually ordered a new microphone because my sound. I still don't like my sound in my live stream, so I ordered a new microphone. Spent $100 on it, so I hope it's gonna be good. $100 I don't have right now because I'm still super broke. Since I bought this computer, I'm like struggling with bills, and but yeah, I'm doing more of those live streams right now, so I try to um you know get the quality up as good as possible. Anyways, someone asked, how are you gonna make glass shatter? I have no idea. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't even know if it's necessary. We're gonna see how much we're actually gonna see. Um, but first things first, I need to give it a material, a volume, volume material. Here we can see. I think it works. Okay. Also with those VDBs, I have to give it like a flames. Under temperature it says temperature, but I has to say flames. I have to type this in here manually. And now let's save. Let's go to cycles. So we have no light right now. That's why it's dark. Let's go to the camera settings and turn on viewport plus by 2. Okay. So we have no light going on, but my fire is going to be light. So if I crank this up, it should crank up the fire too, maybe, hopefully. Flames. It says flames. But technically, it should be burning right now. But again, I struggle with this every time. I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, there it is. There is the fire. The temperature just had to be high enough. So this is too much. So I have to play with this temperature number until it works, until it looks good. I probably should go to the moment where the explosion is the brightest and go from there. Let me give this a ground plane, scale it up. Okay, it's not bad. Now I can, give this fire like uh you know the color. Give this fire a color I want it to have. So I'm just gonna use a color ramp node for that. Plug this into the flag body tint. Now I can pick the colors if I want to. So I'm gonna go with like red. See, now it's red. On the white side, I'm gonna go with white yellow. That's basically all I need. It looks good. So maybe I'm gonna crank this fire more, a little more. Oh, it's too much. The tricky one. Like I said, I struggle with that like every time. I think it's just different every time. It's just something I have to get over eventually. So let's do 1.2. Yeah, let's just stick with that. The density, let's do this 0.6. Let's light up our scene a little so we can see. Outdoor, let's do nature, nighttime. Do we have a nighttime scene? I guess we don't. I'm just using an HDRI. Let's do like somewhere in the woods. How about that? Even though at night it looks better. The question is also, should this be in the front? Because this is where the explosion comes out of the most. So I could position the camera like this. However, it also could be just on the other side. No, it should be like in the front. We want to get take advantage of this thing. So, but to answer your question, how do I make those windows shatter? I have absolutely no idea. Let's give our house a material first, and then we can look further. We don't need the fire for that for now, so I'm just gonna mute it. Yeah, what kind of material should our house have? Let's go with textures. Mm-hmm. Brick wall. Let's try that. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Just kidding. It's not. So I'm gonna give it a material from Holy Haven. Always a pleasure using this stuff. Just have to set it up properly so I can use this. So yeah, this is my house now. Unfortunately, my break is over. Have fun. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like the live stream. Very important. Without it, I'm nothing. Yeah, I wanted to see it's also coming from the roof. And unfortunately, I can't watch it like in full time like it was before. Um, I can't watch it in real time. I just have to watch it like slowly. So I just have to, what's the word? Hope that it's gonna look good, just like before. Density, I could crank up the density a little. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Thing is, if I crank up the density, I also have to crank up the emission. This is probably too much. Let's do 5. 0.6. Oh, by the way, very important. If you work with VDBs, like volumes in general, what you want to do is you need more bounces in the volume. I usually go at least 2. And that's a tricky one. It's way faster to render. We need motion blur for sure. To use fast GI approximation. Yeah, way faster to use it, but also it's not as accurate. So it's really up to you if you're going to use it or not. I usually try not to use it because it's more accurate. But if just one frame to render takes like way too long, then I do have to use it. Otherwise, I'll never see the scene again. But for now, let's just turn it on, and I'm gonna go from there. Because every time I do work with a thing, I have to turn it off. Anyways, what I try to do is eventually I have to make this a prettier house, I guess. Unless I can just use a house where the windows are more or less in the same spot. The thing is, usually I would need to, what's it called? I would actually need to put the house there first and then remodel the house just for the collisions. But maybe we can also do the other way around. Probably not, but we can try. And now we have a house here. I don't need the ground attached to it. Yeah, because this house also has 2 windows here, 1 window there. So maybe I can just cheat it. Because that way I have a whole scene. I don't have to do anything. Just need to find the empty, which is holding the entire house together. Which is this one. Why is it so slow? Oh, I'm just in cycles here. That's why. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to position it. I don't know why it's so slow. This is I wonder if this house is just so high poly. Might be. Is it the wrong side? Oh yeah. Let's flip it 180. Because what I'm trying to do right now is to bring um, this house at least at the two windows here in the same spot. Because then I can really get away with using this house for my explosion. At least more or less, you know? Nobody's gonna ask any questions. See, when I turn on the my smoke, just to make sure it's gonna come out of the windows more or less. And nobody's gonna see nothing. Here, I don't need my house anymore. And here you can see that the smoke is not perfectly aligned. Yeah, but that's a good lesson for next time. Like next time, I just put the house here first. Then I'm gonna what is it? Then I'm gonna model the collision object very roughly, just with the windows that they're gonna be at the same position. But that works. That looks good. Oh yeah, I would never be able to build this myself. Never. Yeah. So now I just need some kind of ground here. Um, Aerial rocks. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna give it like a ground texture and grass. Um, let's go with aerial rocks. I just have to remove the displacement. Susie says, I don't know anything. You know that, but wouldn't it be easier to find windows on the internet and use those? Susie, the windows are not the issue. The issue is that the position where I built my, let's turn off the house, turn on my house I made. Hold on, where's the house? So where I put in those windows, this is where the fire is coming out of because I built this first. So technically, if I had this house first, if I had this house first, then I could be like, okay, I'm building a cube just like before, but making a hole in here, hole in here. Everywhere there is a hole, I could make holes, so there could actually come the fire could come out of this. But I didn't. I made a mistake, but I knew beforehand that this is going to be a mistake. I knew that. But I figured, let's see how much I can get away with. Sometimes I just like to make mistakes just because. But it's fine. I think the scene is going to be still cool. Because my plan is, once the explosion is happening, so it's going to be like bomb. And then while the fire is going up, I want this camera, hold on, to view camera item. I want the camera to basically look up where the smoke goes. That's the idea of my scene. Um, but also I want to have my green screen character in it. Where's my camera? So I'm gonna have my green screen character like maybe like somewhere here, and then he's gonna be looking at it. CG Suda has to do some work. Catch you later. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to like the live stream because otherwise, uh, I don't know that everybody loves me. I need the attention. Um, anyways, no, this is gonna be sick. I like it already. What else can we do here? I'm gonna put some grass on the ground. Um, make a simulation, particles simulation. Uh, the physics or okay. I need some grass. I have grass here. I thought I had some grass in the models. Grass. Gotta have some grass somewhere. Okay, we have grass here. Hello. Does anyone know how to remove motion capture from behind the character? Uh, remove motion capture from behind the character. What do you mean by motion capture? You mean like the bones? What do you mean exactly? Might be able to help you. Okay, this is a flower collection, but that'll do. Doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna use this collection, extend the lines. And then on my plane here, under render, instead of rendering halos, I'm gonna render a collection and the grass yellow collection. Scale is gonna be 1. This is the looks not great. I don't know what the problem is. I think in this collection there is different objects, I assume. You know what? You're fired. I'm gonna find better grass. Grass which does not disappoint me. Grass with flowers. Let's try you. This is definitely grass. Let's flip what is it? X the Y. There you go. 90, negative 90. Okay. Okay, let's unparent you guys. You're free. Alt P. Clear and keep transformation. Now I can delete this. Okay, I have like those different objects, and now I can use those. And grass with flowers, they're all in one collection. Now I can use those as particles. So grass with flowers. Now they're spread all over my ground here. Let's just move the original ones like somewhere else. So now I just need more. Let me make sure I apply the scale. Now I just need more, way more. But also, start frame and end frame is both 1. And also I don't want them to fall. I want them just to be there. So the way I'm gonna do that, where is it? Physics, velocity, no, velocity, cache, no, source, no, physics. There it is. None. I don't want any physics, so they're just gonna be on the ground. Now I can just have more, more, until the ground is covered. So also I'm just gonna move this somewhere where it's actually gonna be visible, because I want as little as possible, but as much as necessary of this in my scene. So it's going to be shorter. This is going to be shorter. Just enough. Then, I can place some trees in here or something. Tree. This one is a tree. This is definitely a tree. This is a Christmas tree. No, a regular tree. I like regular trees. Because I also have trees in the background, so that's cool. Where's the tree? There you go. I want another tree. I like this one a lot. So I'm going to put this one somewhere in the foreground. Ahorn tree. Could also be here. So close to the house. Foreground objects are always good. Okay. I still need more particles on the ground. 50,000. Oh, that might have been a mistake. It's always better to just use the slider instead of just... Oh, yeah. Because now it's gonna make 50,000. Oh, okay. It's all good. Save. It does look cool, but it might be impossible to render this now. It's probably a better way to make particles, make grass than just make a bunch of particles. Plus, I need to increase the lifetime. It does look very real, though, I'm gonna say. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is just not enough. Okay, let's increase the lifetime. I think our scene is 200 long. And also, I wanted to change a few things. The physical rotation. Rotate. Turn this. They're not going to be moving or anything. Just I want to turn them a little. No, the scene is freaking slow. My VDB is still on. Let me turn this off. Okay. You can also just make them bigger. Then I don't need as many anymore. Warning, I see you're finally using Acid Browser Library. I've always been using that. Like I'm using Blender Kit, and what's it called? Polyhaven. You told me about what is it called? The Sketchfab, but I have not started using that yet. But I probably will eventually. So instead of more particles, I'm just trying to make them bigger. So I don't need as many. Was Warden. Check this out. You ready? This is what we're working with today. Making a cool house explode. Yeah. So this house is gonna explode like that. I don't even know if we need this glass to shatter. We definitely could. There's just this add-on called Cell Fracture, and then we can destroy this. Make it rigid bodies, basically. I don't think it's necessary, though. If anything, I can just do that in After Effects in post. Yeah. One more thing before I forget. Let me turn up the HRI. It's gonna be like a little higher res. And I also want the sun to be on the other side. Rotation. It's gonna be nice and backlit. Those HRI trees are just gigantic. I need to get them out of my shot. Like this. I can also just remove the HRI from my scene and just replace it with a background. We'll see. I also don't think I'm gonna finish this scene today because I'm already tired and I have to get up early. So yeah, I kind of want to try out green screening like you do, like putting you into a game world as a Blender animation. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing in this scene. Soon. Well, I removed the green screen already. I just have to add myself in this scene. The problem is the lighting is not gonna match. Like usually I would need to shoot myself just like with this lighting. But let's see if I can get away with it anyways. Then I'm just gonna images as planes. Um, can you tell top render farm, please? I'm not using any render farms. I always render on my own computer, so sorry I don't have any suggestions for render farms. But usually when I don't know something, I just go on Gemini and ask them, what is the best renderer farm for 3D rendering? That's usually what I do when I don't know something. There isn't a single best render farm for everyone, as the ideal choice depends on your specific needs and priorities. Here are some factors to consider. Budget. Cloud render farms typically charge by the hour based on the processing uh, power used, CPU, GPU. Some offer free trials or credits to get you started, and so on. But here are some popular render farms to explore. Fox Render Farm, industry leader known for reliability, security, and good customer service. Sheepy Render Farm is free for rendering, but it's like a give and take. There is a Google Render Farm, but it only uses old Blender versions. What was it? Sheepy Render. It's not even part of this list here. How good can it be? But yeah, I don't know. I've never tried it. I know my brother used it at Render Farm a couple of times for like client work, but he spent like more money on the rendering than he made with the job, so it wasn't really worth it. Um, I mean, you looking for a particular green screen thing. Hold on. Beach scene is it beach scene? No. I'm looking for the one where I pull the coat in front of me because that's always funny and people hate it when I use that one. Gateway to Heaven, German Dress, Harrison, Easy Door, Screen Test. Nope. Let me see if it's on my old computer. Um, hard drive, Blender Experiments Backup. It could be there. I only used it like 9 times, but that was only for big animation files that are too big for my laptop. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I bought this expensive computer so I don't have to use those things. Okay, let's see what I got here. Tower collapse. Collapse green screen. Is that it? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so look at this guy. This is my green screen character. It's already keyed out. Did that in After Effects. And now I'm gonna replace my guy with this guy. Again, the problem is it's not the same. It's not lit the same way, so it's the effect is not gonna work perfectly. But I'm gonna try to do it as good as I can, and maybe I'll just relight my entire scene here as well. So we're gonna see how that works. So first of all, I'm gonna bring this to the position where I need it to be, where is exactly where my character is, more or less. I'm gonna put him next to him. So I need to bring him to the same scale. Let me get rid of, I don't need to be in cycles for that. I'm gonna rotate him towards the camera. So I'm gonna make it bigger. It's kind of the same size, same height like my character here, the 3D scan. Since I imported the house here, my blender got so slow. It's no fun working like this. Yeah, you can see that it just looks different. It's not. It doesn't look the same. Maybe I can just turn off the house for now. Um. Oh, okay. Actually, my is it both or is it just my grass? No, it's just my grass. So I might have to redo my grass and make it a little easier on my computer. Anyways, so this is my green screen character. I'm gonna put him on the ground, make him the same size. And basically, when you get like a green screen and you have to light your 3D scene after a green screen, I basically would need to look at, the highlights. It's like blue light from here. So it's when I shot this, I had in mind, okay, this is like the moonlight comes from here. Maybe like a street light comes from here. This is how I lit the scene. So if I wanted to use it in a scene like this lighting wouldn't even work. Like this is like daytime light. See, it's not gonna match. So I can't forget about this HDRI. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna I said I need to work on this material a little that it looks a little better. Um. For example, roughness can go completely up because I don't want this to reflect. And that's basically all you need to do is like specular, turn the specular down. Okay, that's basically it. And now if I wanted to adjust the color, I can do that once my lighting is set. It's not yet. Um, should I be working on that now or later? Maybe my scene is pretty much done. I'm gonna move both of those people this way because I don't want this guy to be there. I turn him off. Yeah. So I need my explosion. So I want the explosion to happen. So I'm just gonna. Okay. I'm gonna start this explosion a little later. I need to check where I can do. Okay. Offset. And bring the offset. Let's say negative 100. That gives me 100 frames time to start it a little later. So he can be chilling. I don't like that he's not in character yet. It bothers me every time I use the scene. He's not in character yet. He's in character now. This starts at 20. I'm just gonna click on him, and I'm also gonna offset his start. So I'm gonna go 20. No, 20. So it starts here. So maybe he he heard something. Now the explosion happens here. And it's 77. So now I'm going to go back on my explosion. 77. So let's go on minus 75. So this is where it happens. This finally it can make sense that I have an explosion like this. I use an add-on to lower the polygon so it can move at a higher frame rate. Oh, what's the add-on called? I could use that, but there's a thing like it's called there's a modifier for that, isn't there? Like decimate or something. I probably shouldn't use that on this stuff, but I think there's a modifier decimate. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it does, but unsubdivide. Yeah, it basically does the same thing. Like for example, I can use that on the tree, make those trees a little smaller. Decimate works, but it doesn't lower the quads or topology of the model. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about that. Decimate. Like a real modeler now. Anyways, what was I doing? No, my problem is, that my ground here has too many particles, and but I need that many particles so it looks better. Now I can look at it faster, but it just doesn't look as good. Pathetic, actually. You can split the plane into parts so you can remove unnecessary grass so it doesn't lag Blender and lower the particle size. Really? Do I really have to do that? I think I could just until here because I don't need as much of it here. Now it's a little more populated, but still not enough. That's pathetic. You prefer parts so the UV doesn't get messed up. Let's see. I mean the UV of the ground. I didn't even work on this. Let me just double this and then it should be okay. That's still okay. I'll just crank it once before I render. Anyways, I think I'm gonna need it for a little longer now. Okay. It's too late. I wasn't planning on being live for so long, but it's too much fun working on these things. Just Let me just render one frame. I just want to see what it looks like. Maybe one. You can also bake the particle sim so it doesn't lag heavily also. I don't think I can bake it since it's not a real simulation because it's just they're just there. Yeah, you can see like oh it was 17 seconds, that doesn't look too bad. So let's see at the problems. The tree looks great, explosion looks great, house looks great, I look like shit, tree looks great, background looks like shit, ground looks like shit. Okay. Yeah, and obviously this doesn't collide properly, but I think in the motion it's gonna be fine. Um, so I need to work on the ground for sure. Explosion is fine. Yeah, the lighting in general, I have to change that completely because that's not gonna work. I can try to work on the material, but I don't think that's gonna work out. Let's use a let's do a curves node. RGB curves. So I need it to be brighter. Yeah, it's there's no chance. Also, I need to remove the blue. It has to be warmer. Yeah, I can try hard, but it's just too contrasty. The light doesn't come from the right directions. I need to change it. Let me get rid of this for now. Um, okay. Plan B. Let's try to find a better HDRI. Let's do night, urban, skies, maybe. Night. Nope. I just look for night, skies, night. Doesn't have any night. I guess I'll just light it myself. No HDRI for you. Let me just try this real quick. But nah, it's not gonna work. This should be something like that, but it's also too bright. I do need a warm light from the right side. I need a cold light from the left. I can always add, like the moon or so. Yeah, that looks good. There's some kind of blue light coming from here, warm light from here. See, that works. Oopsie, I should move the camera. That looks way better. Tetra Studio. Hey Phil, how you doing? How are you? I'm doing great. I'm just working on a cool scene here. And for you too, every time I have a new viewer, I show them that because that's the explosion we're working with today. Are you ready? Three, two, one, and go. Smack it. So satisfying. I love it. Kind of like it from this perspective better. Unless we're using this perspective. What software is that? This is Embergen. You should check out my latest tutorial. the video I uploaded, I think this morning or yesterday. Go check it out because I go through the entire software and show the differences between Blender and Emergen. I'm showing the workflows, how to make smoke like this in both softwares. And I made this explosion in Emergen today, and I imported it into Blender so I can make a whole scene with this. This is my explosion here in the background. According to your perspective, which one is more good? Hard to say. I definitely for like explosions and fire and smoke, I will use Blender from now on. But I'm gonna use it Embergen. But Embergen costs money. It's not for free. Blender is for free, so you can use it, as much as you want for free, not pay anything, which is awesome. But Embergen, I mean, look at this, what you can do here. Even if I want to, I can just look, this is real time, okay? So when I play this, see, this is real time. To do this in Blender, impossible. See, I can smack the smoke around. So all the changes I make, they are real time, which is super cool. And I'm definitely going to use both. It'll crash Blender if you even try to wiggle the smoke. Yeah, exactly. So this is super cool. I'm very glad that I have Emergen now. I bet you can get everything for free until you don't disclose it to someone, lol. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would get Emergen for free. I'm sure there's ways. If you know the way, then let me know because Emergen is not cheap. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. So now I have myself here. Um, Again, I like to put my green screen character in here too. Not green screen, this guy. So I can look at the lighting if they look the same. And this guy is a little brighter than him, so I can adjust the lighting a little. Or not the lighting, just more the exposure. It's the wrong node. RGB curves. There it is. Cinema 4D and Redshift are probably the expensive 3D softwares for VFX. So if anyone knows a way, I'm always here to learn. Cinema 4D is expensive? I have it for free, don't I? Well, because I use After Effects. Redshift, I don't know, but Cinema 4D, it's not free, but if you have After Effects, you have also Cinema 4D. I think, right? I might be wrong. And again, if I don't know something, how much is Cinema 4D? It's $94 per month. Is that true? Freaking expensive. I use whole Creative Cloud apps for free, dude. It didn't cost me even a cent. Cinema 4D is from Maxon. Okay, gotcha. You use the Creative Cloud for free? How do you do that? I pay like $80 or $90 a month for that. Tell me, how are you using that for free? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. How much is Adobe Cloud? Like $38 a month for the entire series. Yeah, it's $60 a month for the entire thing. That's how much I pay. How much is Embergen? Gen P is the way to get Adobe products for free, but you wouldn't get access to the new stuff with AI like Adobe After Effects Beta. Oh, that's yeah. I need all the new features. Like back in the days, I also didn't pay for it. I had like the student version, but that's like 10 years ago. And I always hated that I wasn't like up to date. So how much is it? $150 a month for Embergen. Studio for like 3 people, 300 a month. Permanent price unavailable. Yeah, there's that's what I don't like. They don't do like permanent buys. You have to be subscribed to something like that, and I don't like that. Yeah, this is very expensive, but it is very powerful. Oh, the monthly subscription, it is permanent after 1 year of using it. Okay, why do I even wear this thing? Like, this entire time I was like, my neck is hurting. Uh, at least it's not like Xsense mocap studio software where it's 550 a month. It's a lot of money. I'm still looking for like an option for like AI mocap. They all cost money. I don't want to spend money on it. I was using an app. I thought it was for free. I forgot what it's called. Let me see. Um, where is it? Film Move One. Move One is what I used, and I used it for like 2 scenes or 3 scenes, or like I tried it once and tried it again. Then I used it actually once. Um, so basically, I don't know if you can see. Hold on, like this. Let me make this bigger. So that's pretty cool. It just captured my entire movement, just like that. Hold on, I can angle it and it looks a little better. It just from a phone video, isn't it crazy? And yeah, I tried it a couple of times, and then I actually made one scene with it. With it, I don't know if you remember. It's like a week ago. Um, the sand monster, the sand and water monster, like getting up. That's how I animated it. With mocap, and that's again, you just put your phone on a tripod or somewhere. Just do your movement. You start in a T pose. You just do your movement, and then it captures it perfect. I was like moving around, and looking around, captured perfectly, and yeah. But it was only 3 tries, and then you have to pay for it. And I'm like, I don't want to pay for it because there's like always something new coming out, and then it's like hard to decide which one is the best. Oh, I remember you sharing that video with us in the live stream. Did I? I'm not even sure. Oh yeah, yeah, the the monster video. Let me see, where is it? Somewhere here. Also got a few million views on my Facebook. See, 45,000 followers. Isn't that crazy? It's still hard for me to believe. Usually, good things happen only to other people, not to me. How do I open just the reels? Yeah, usually good things happen to others. Where can I see reels only? Reel? I don't want to post a reel. Grid. Where is this bad boy? Ah, this is the scene we're using right now. There it is, green screen. Another before and after like this. This one is going to be real good. I'm very excited about the effect we're doing today. But the monster we're doing, where is the monster? The sand monster, not this. It's very recent. Where is this stupid? Oh, so this animation of the monster in the background. This is made with this animation mobile. Obviously, I have to adjust it a little, speed wise and stuff like that. That's how it's done. I think the sand monster you can see a little better. Because I used the same animation, the same simulation actually. I basically used this exact same simulation. You see, it's like the same thing. I used the sand instead. The sand monsters are cool as one by far. I don't know. I don't know if I like the sand more or the water one. I think I like the water one better. Like the scene in general, like with the storm and everything. But originally that was the idea to make Sandman was the original, and the water one came to me later. Oh, and I was even thinking to make another one using the exact same scene, maybe from like a volcano or something like that, and having like a fire monster instead, but using the exact same simulation. You know what I mean? So that was my thought. The problem is I would need to render it from mixing that from Embergen because it's only smoke right now. I would need fire. So, anyways, it's good. Yeah, it's just crazy. We have 45,000 followers. Check this out. Can I see the exact number when I click on this? Computer sound is too loud, dude. Oh shoot! I didn't even know that you could hear my computer sound. My bad. Uh, sorry. Oh yeah, I see it. Desktop audio. Okay, I turn it down. My bad. Anyways, 45,000. Look at all those beautiful people. Shout out to each one of them, and obviously to you guys. Okay, let's keep going here. So my plan is to adjust those values a little that it looks more or less the same. It's not going to be perfect because again, I lit this differently. I thought it was going to be like darker, moody, and stuff. But at least we can adjust the colors. Let's get rid of the reds. No, we need more red. Like that. Blue. Go to blue. Okay, this is not bad. The thing is, you can get away with a lot, but not with everything. You know? And there's like always like more things we can do, like add some glare and all that. You know my dirty tricks. You've seen my videos. The dirty tricks I'm using. So yeah, just a little more, and we're okay. Nobody's gonna ask any questions. I also always look at the skin. Does the skin look like his skin? Is it the same color? Was it too dark or too bright? A little darker. It needs a little more contrast, not too much. Um, yeah, until they look the same. Another thing I need to do with this is um okay, one more question. Phil, from where do you get perfect sound effects? Any clues, please? Yes, I have a huge library over the past 10 years. I've been collecting sound effects. Let me find it. Plus, that's what it looks like. I have everything. I have like sound design. I have like like whooshes and stuff like this. Um, I have so many sound packs or like fighting sounds. Just this folder is just sound effects for fighting, like punch sounds and stuff like that. Um, 10 years. It's probably more than 10 years. How long have I been doing filmmaking? It's 2024. I started 2010 or 2011, so it's like 14 years. 14 years of sound effects. Um, it's so much that it won't even open the folder. Yeah. Um, yeah. No, it's because when I went to film school, I also had some audio people in my class, and they had a lot of stuff because they do like sound mixing for films and stuff like this. So yeah, I asked them, hey, can I have your stuff? And they were like, yeah, sure. And then over the years, I got more and more and more. And and, uh, and if that's not enough, I use a website um called artlist.io. Have you probably heard of it? Update your billing address. Okay, I'll do that. Um, so where you can get a lot of music for free. Um, and they also have sound effects. So for example, I go in sound effects, type in fire, and I don't know if you can hear what I can hear. So that's like use my headphones. If it's still too loud, let me know. So they have like different sound effects for fire. And for this one, for example, I'm gonna need something like explosion. Hope that's not gonna be too loud. And here I can already see which one I downloaded already. Uh, Here, this one, perfect. I can use so I can use those sound effects and put this in here once it's done. Um, yeah, check out Soundly. Never heard of it, but I'm also paying for Artlist. It's like $10 a month or so, 15 maybe, but I use it a lot, so it's like definitely worth it. What did it say? It's Soundly. Soundly. Motion array. You pay a lot. Yeah, I do pay a lot. But I do this full time. I'm a full time filmmaker, so I can also um, you know, use all those expenses as a business expense in my taxes. Someone asked how much I pay for rent earlier. Yeah, this is like the biggest payment I have a month. Like I pay $4,400 every single month just for living expenses. I share this with my brother, and recently got two more roommates. So yeah, we it's like 4,400 a month for this house where I live in. In case back in the days, I made a YouTube video about my house, so you can go check it out if you want to. Um, yeah, 4,400 plus $1,000, more or less $1,000 a month for utilities. So gas and water, it's another $1,000. So we pay it around 55,400 dollars. Yeah, it is very expensive. And now guess how much money I make with YouTube. You just drag and drop it into your timeline from its software. Oh, that's cool. It's very cool. Pricing. Yeah, it's free plan, free 5 free sounds per month, personal use only. It's not enough, but it's still cool. You can sign up for free, use it or don't use it, but for 5 is just not enough. And $250 a year. It's basically like the same like Artlist, but only 10 music tracks a month. That's not enough. With Artlist, I have an infinite amount. Mm, I hope it's enough to offset some of the costs. Uh, you guess I make $10 a month with YouTube? No, it's a little more, but not much more. With YouTube, let me check actually. This month I made $60. I made $60 this month with YouTube. And now guess how much I work on this a month. How many hours a week do you think I work on this? And thinking 40 hours a week is a full-time job. How much time do I spend on YouTube a month? What do you think? It's almost enough to pay for the Adobe monthly subscription. It says, damn, 3 days of video. Uh, this was CG Pseudo says. So basically, per video, 3 days, and I upload more or less once a week. This week I uploaded 2 videos. According to that, I worked 6 days this week. Any other guesses? How many hours a week do I spend on all this on YouTube, making you guys happy? Any other guesses? How many people do we actually have here? We have three, I think. Three people talking. Okay, one more guess, and then I'm going to tell you how many hours I work a week for $60 a month. It's just crazy. Like it's not just me; it's like lots of YouTubers out there. They work their butts off for YouTube and all that. But money is just like it's not the only reason why we do that. Obviously, I do that because I have a cool community here. Like we can chat, we can hang out, learn from each other. Um, so we have 45 hours a week, and we have 70 hours a week, and the answer is, let me do the math because I'm not good with math. I have to use a calculator. Um, it's around. I get up at 9, work till like around 2 a.m. It's 12 hours, 13, 14 hours, 13 times 7. More or less, that's how many hours I work on YouTube this per week. 91 hours. Susie said 80 hours. Uh, I like being in this community since I learn a lot about VFX and apply it to my animation. You are scared that everything is scary. Just get on it. If you're scared. YouTube is sadly destroying itself. What do you mean by destroying itself? Well, YouTube is making a few mistakes, but it's just important to take advantage of those mistakes, like incorporating shorts. In my opinion, a mistake. Um, but yeah, I usually work around 90 hours a week on my YouTube and Facebook and social media in general because I'm making those scenes. When I don't make those scenes, I make tutorials about those scenes, upload, making thumbnails and all that, editing the videos, and then in the end of the day, yeah, 90 hours. But also, uh, if I get like a paid job or something like that, when I have to go to set, and obviously I can't work on my YouTube thing. Also, when I get like a VFX job, I most of the time I try to be able to use those VFX I do for work also to put into my YouTube, so it's like a win-win. Um, um, exactly. So when I have like a VFX job, I try to incorporate that in my YouTube videos. So it's not like just wasted time. It's not wasted time because I do it for a living and get money for it. But I still want to whatever I learn doing those VFX for others. I also want to bring to my YouTube channel, to the community, to the true flock, so you guys can learn from that too. CG Suda says, was that if you have any friends in the last video, was that about you? Yeah, basically. No, I do have friends. Like on Thursdays, for example, tomorrow in 7 hours, we were playing soccer every Thursday. So yeah. The companies allow you to use the VFX you use for films or videos you make as well? Not always. Usually they don't. Like for example, I was doing visual effects for like a Netflix film. I'm not allowed to show that at all. I'm not even allowed to talk about it. Like this is how strict they are. But I work a lot in like independent film. In there, um, I can ask them, hey, is it okay if I show that after the film is done? Is it okay if I show that on my YouTube channel? Usually they say, yeah, it's fine. But not every time. Mm. Anyways, speaking of soccer, I have to get up soon. I should wrap this up soon. But just want to see one thing you said to bake the. What is it? I don't think I can bake my particle simulation because there is no physics. There's nothing to bake. I just typed none. There is no physics. So I think there's nothing to bake here. I might be wrong though. Viewport, none. Well, that way I guess I can just do that. I can just viewport none and just rank this number by whatever I need. And then in the viewport, I just be like none. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's still not enough. Jesus Christ, how many particles do I need? Yeah, that's fine. It's not fine. I need more. The problem is if that's gonna be the reason why it renders so long, then I'm gonna shoot myself in the leg, in the foot. Um, World War? No, that's so cool. Have you? How do you have time to do exercise and play football? Um, well, I make my time. I'm obviously self-employed. I can work whenever I want, but I'm just letting you know every single moment, like every single minute throughout the day, I do have the time. I do spend on this kind of work, thinking of new YouTube videos, making videos, and making those VFX. I work constantly on those things. but I also take my time to play soccer. I exercise 20 minutes a day. That's all I do. Those guns, can you see those guns? Come from 20 minutes exercising a day. I do that in my house, so I don't have to go anywhere. Um, I play soccer on Thursdays. It's 3 hours, and it's like 20 minutes away. So it takes me like 40 minutes to go back and forth, and plus 2 3 hours. So it's like 4 hours a week. I'm playing soccer. Um, Also just started doing that, recently. But yeah, maybe 90 hours is too much. Let's say 85 hours. It's like my usual. Yeah, but I love it. And I work every day. It's not like I have weekends. I've never had weekends, and I'll never have weekends. Like, because weekends is for people, for like 9 to 5 people jobs, people who do their work because they have to pay their bills. But I do my work because I love it. I don't do all this for $60 a week, a month. It's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this because it's fun, because I love it. Alessandro Depa says, could avoid grass data file during scattering fates, instancing the clumps through geonodes. I've never touched GeoNodes before. I'm pretty sure you are right. I don't know how to use GeoNodes. Never used it. I don't know. I tried to use them once and I failed. Um, so I one day, you say it's easy. You can explain it to me. Uh, you do because you want to become a Hollywood star. Ha ha ha. Love your work, bro. Well, Hollywood star for show. Um, there's a lot of videos regarding that setup and really use that helpful. Yeah, I definitely have to learn it. GeoNodes, for everybody who doesn't know, that is like, with nodes you can make geometry, and basically stuff like that is, I think, very easy to make, and it's easier on the processing time. So I definitely have to learn it eventually. Just keep in mind that I started using Blender like not even a year ago. It's like very fresh, so I'm still learning every single day. You should make more green screen videos. People watch your green screen videos more in comparison to others. It's true. But then again, then I'm only gonna have green screen videos on my channel just because people want to see them. I guess it makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking about my next video already. I just had to finish up my Tesla Cybertruck series, but it's done now. So the next one is definitely going to be a green screen tutorial, and the tutorial is going to be about how to make a green screen effect if the green screen looks like shit, if it's not very well lit, because in reality it's very often that people don't have the proper lighting to light their green screen, and how can they still use it. That's um that's what the next video is going to be about. Oh, we have 10 people in here. Thanks for joining the live stream. Make sure to like the live stream if you're in here. Funny enough, I realized that the live streams get more views than the actual videos, which is funny. Alessandro says, okay, sir, every tip could save data file and avoid crash or bug. By the way, scattering is powerful but broken over certain points numbers. Um, yeah, I guess so. But right now it's fine. It's not that many. Plus, now I'm just gonna turn it off in in my viewport so I can work smoothly. Take your time. Blender is very big to learn. Yeah. So I really just, in Blender, I focus on the things which are important for me. And the thing is, in the very beginning, all I wanted from Blender, the reason why I even started, oh, I have a hair in my mouth. The reason why I started to learn Blender was scenes like this, because I wanted to add 3D objects into my real life scenes so I can make my movies. When I make my movies, that I can add special effects or visual effects like this. See, having an explosion in the background. That's why I started learning Blender. All this green screen stuff, that wasn't even the purpose. Like scenes like this was the reason why I wanted to learn this, because I wanted to be able to create anything I wanted, to add anything. that was even, I wouldn't even dream of making a scene like that. Having like a giant monster walking through my film, because I'm a filmmaker and I'm not just a VFX artist, I'm a filmmaker. So that's the reason, like, scenes like this one. This is a very good example why I started doing Blender. Um, because why not doing telekinesis, like, having a bunch of cars lifting up. But this year is one of the first Blender scenes I've done because that's something I always wanted to do. Having a car, adding a car into my scene and having it fly away. This flying away part is just added, right? It's just being able to add CG cars or 3D models into my scenes. That was the reason. But obviously, once you learn something, once you start learning something, you get hungry for more. Then I was like, what could I do next? What could I do more? Then scenes like this like happen. I use green screen. I use all the things I learned from filmmaking, cinematography, green screen lighting, lighting in general, special effects, visual effects. I add all those things together to make scenes like that. And that's the beautiful thing about filmmaking and art in general. um, you can combine all those different skills you learn over the years and combine them into one and make one project. Bill Vlog Studio coming up. Yeah, I mean, I do have my infant cinema studio ish, where I make my films. That's funny. Well, one of my favorite pictures, I was directing her how to be as a monster. I was saying, this is Allie, by the way, in case you don't know. Um, uh, This alien abduction is hell of an awesome video. Yeah, that one took like 5 weeks to make, and it wasn't just me. I was mostly in charge of the cinematography. Matt Koch, my brother, he made the CG on this scene. I just helped and advised and did the cinematography, shot the footage and all that. But that was a great collaboration. You definitely should check out his stuff on like Twitter and Instagram. Um, I'm just gonna type in his name here, Matt Koch. Here, you have to go check him out. Uh, Bro, I worked on Blade Runner 2049 as a model maker. I love your stuff. Runs with Scissors, welcome to my channel, and good job working on a big movie like that. It's awesome. Yeah, but the thing is, people always judge you on your worst work, and sometimes I post scenes like this, for example. Obviously, this is not great work compared to what you just saw. This is like garbage. But this is just a scene I just made for a tutorial within 20 minutes, So what can you expect to make in 20 minutes? But people always think, oh, this is not that good. But, it's just explain certain things. Um, in that case, I was explaining how to make the smoke simulation. It was from today's video. Um, and that's something to be careful of, or careful about, like what you post. Me personally, I post everything. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I post everything. And if people think, oh, I'm not that good because not every scene is perfect, that's how it is. But I also post scenes like this, or work on scenes like this. But that scene took like 2 weeks, to make that. Not just this one, but all the Cybertruck VFX took like 2 weeks to make. So that's just something to be mindful of when you make scenes. Like when I post this scene I'm working on right now, I've been working on this scene for, how long have we been live? 2 hours now, and I haven't been constantly working on this, and already looks pretty good. Is it going to be the best scene ever? No. Did I learn something? For sure. Did I have a good time chatting with you guys? Hell yeah. So it's a win. Just change the video title to Smoke Sim in 20 minutes. I could, and that's a common practice to change video titles all the time, and I probably will. like in a few days when I see the video didn't do so good, I change it to, what do you say? Um, Smoke sim in 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna change it to that. Um, you're really good to learn from. I'm trying to get into more digital art to go with my model work. So you do practical models, like special effects, like real models? Is that what you do? That's crazy. Um, Cars animation was smooth. Do you mind if I add Instagram when I finished animation using it? Your tutorial? Yeah, definitely add me for sure. I'm gonna sometimes people add me on Instagram just because they want me to see their stuff. But then, don't tag me like I'm part of this. Just tag me like in the comments, hey, look at this or something like that. Because you don't want to for people to think that I made your scenes, and I don't want people to think that I made your scenes either because they're too good or because they're too bad. It's just not genuine, So if you tag me like in the comments, like, hey, check this out, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, just like you guys support. It doesn't look too bad, does it? Let me get rid of the Mihao. Not Mihao. I always call it Mihao because I used the Mihao model. Let me just adjust the camera a little, because like this. Let me just render a frame to see how long it's gonna take. Um, it's so crazy. I'm so excited right now because you guys are like in the comments. I see like right here, and I'm so excited that the live stream is going. I have people here communicating, talking. It's so cool. It makes me so happy. So let me just get through the comments real quick. You're really good. I saw that. Alejandro says basically you take your geometry or asset that will have to be the parent to shoot, set the simple primitive display mode through nodes. So first of all, you will always see, for example, a cube. Okay, interesting. Uh, Runs with scissors saying yes, he's making parts of the trash mesa scrap yard for a music video. I'm on Instagram. Yeah, just send me a message on Instagram so I can check you out. That sounds very interesting. I always have a huge respect for people who actually do things practically, and not just CG, but practically. And once you learn CG, you can mix it with your practical effects, and then you can make some really amazing things I could never do with only CG. Um, Look at this scene; looks pretty cool, right? Still, my character is still the worst part. I don't like the grass; it's too big. I'm gonna make this grass smaller. A smoke fire looks good. Explosion, I definitely need to destroy the house a little. HUI looks like shit. I need to increase the level. It doesn't look too bad. What do you think, guys? Looks pretty good. You see my scene, right? Yeah. Let me go through the comments real quick. Geometry nodes. Then through various nodes, you will project on the surface, painting or absolutely on the entire surface, having less control. A good method to is to also mix the weight paints to have variation of clumps. I can already tell Alejandro here is way better with that stuff than I will ever be. Not maybe ever be, but is right now. So I'm very flattered that you are in my on my YouTube channel, which where I teach VFX, but you actually teach me something. I'm very flattered. Awesome explosion. Keep it up. Lovely setup. Um, yeah. Yeah, the scene is looking more than great with each edit. Um, I like the tree and the inside of the house. I can't wait how you'll edit it in After Effects. Yeah, I can tell you what I'm gonna do in After Effects. First of all, I'm gonna put a glow on it, but I might do that even in here, just to have all this impact, like him a little. I'm gonna put a lens flare on it, like a lens third mostly, and I'm gonna put film noise on it. Definitely, I'm gonna do the lens dispersion. I might do that even in Blender already. I have to add something here in the background. Like this is just cuts off like this. What could I put there? I could put a car or something. Cars always work fine. I don't know. I could also just move the angle a little. What camera lens? What focal length am I using right now? I think 24. That's 50 because I could just zoom in a little. Have depth of field. But now I'm just gonna put it on my green screen. So this is gonna be out of focus, but then I'm gonna shift the focus to the background. It could work, maybe. Um, you could pump every color, light, or change that. Remember to export as well the render pass. You could have the control of actual doing in terms of color and light also in comps, whatever software. Yeah, I usually render in well, scenes like this I don't even render in passes really. Well, what do we have here? Like people always render the mist pass separately, or like denoising data, or like the diffuse and whatnot. I usually just render in one. Like what I get from Blender, that's what I get. Especially if like it's not important scenes. If it's just like a practice project, then I just go with that. I definitely have to remember to decrease this later. Uh, just added you on Instagram and message you, Phil. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna check it out. Either after the stream or tomorrow because it's already late. Yeah, that's the thing. I would love to finish this scene. I'm definitely gonna render it overnight just so I can see it in the movement. But I'm not gonna finish the scene. It's because it's already late. It's like 3 a.m. here. By the way, where are you guys from? I'm in LA, obviously. Where are you guys from? Let me know in the comments. What else do we have in the comments here? Um, can you, bro? Can you explain the thing of shooting, please? If I need to import a character on a green screen, who I shot with a camera at just 90 degrees. What do you mean by 90 degrees? I I need to create my floor and everything just at 90 degrees too, or I need to rotate my entire scene a little. You mean by 90 degrees the camera angle? Is that what you mean? Um, yeah, so basically what you want to do is I shot this from a certain height. The camera was on a tripod on a height, and what you want to do is I talked about this in my latest green screen tutorial. Like let's say that is a real camera. What you want to do is uh, measure the distance to the ground when you shoot from a tripod. You measure the distance more or less. It doesn't have to be exact, but more or less uh, like the distance to the ground. So now when I check here, the location right now is zero point 0.6 meters from the ground, the height. And in a perfect world, I would have shot this also with zero point 0.6 meters away from the ground, like the real camera in the green screen. So when you shoot your green screen footage, measure your distance to the ground, measure your distance to yourself, to your character, um, and then in the like I said, in the perfect world, it doesn't always have to be 100% accurate, but that's what you do. Let me switch to this angle. So yeah, so you measure the distance to the ground, the camera distance to the ground, camera distance to your character, and also remember the focal length you were using, which is which mine was like around 35. And in the best case scenario, you're gonna keep the same focal distance. Again, we're talking about perfect worlds right now. Now I'm gonna tell you how much you can get away with. For example, what I can't get away with is going lower than I shot with my actual green screen. Let me get a little closer again. Let me remove depth of field so you can see better. That you can't get away with because you see the left foot is just way too high. So the camera has to be either the same height or higher. I can get away with being higher, but I cannot get away with being lower. You understand? Because then this happens. Oh, you should make a video about how people should shoot green screen video and what mistakes you should take care while shooting. I made like 5 videos like that. It's very less covered topic and most needed. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Because most people just shoot their green screen and they don't even care about lighting. They just shoot it, put it in whatever scene. And yeah, every time I make a green screen video, I pay attention to those details because people don't think about these things. And yeah, I try to pay have people pay attention more to those things. I think I got it. I need to make the same camera in the scene like I did in the shooting in real, and don't to rotate the whole scene. Exactly. So if you want like a camera angle, for example, from the top, like this, then you obviously need to shoot your green screen also from the top, just like, I mean, this is a very good example, my UFO scene. Where is it again? Yeah, I can only here. I'm gonna. I can't. Unfortunately, I can't show you the. Just type in Phil Vlog green screen tutorial, and you're gonna find the full tutorial. But I'm gonna make one very soon again. But I'm gonna cover a few different things. So here, can I stop those things? So here you can barely see the character. Let me just go ahead a little. Here, this is not even green screen, so forget this shot. Here, this shot. I was shooting this from the top, and he was actually kneeling on the shoes because I couldn't get the camera high enough. Sorry, let me get this bigger. So I couldn't get this camera high enough, so I had him kneeling in my shoes, so it actually looks like he's standing, or he's not standing, but he's like his feet are in it. And yeah, in the actual scene, this is what it looks like. So it's very important to actually shoot this from the top. Otherwise, you can't get away with this. This is shot from the side, obviously, and you can see the light is coming from the top. Also, the CG lighting is coming from the top, so it looks the same. And we have this shot again, a little closer. And we have this shot. This entire thing is just 3 shots, plus the title sequence. Yeah. Yeah, one of the best things we've done, for sure. Yeah, and one more thing. Obviously, he wasn't flying. The best way to do that is actually rigging him, that he's actually, hovering. But you can, when you shoot it like this, in After Effects, when you key out the green screen, you can just use the corner pin. Do I have After Effects open right now? I can't show that. Oops. It's a scene which is I'm uploading tomorrow, so I don't want to show that. But with a net corner pin, with a pin tool, is it pin? I think it's pin. You can just, for example, this is my hand. Just pin here, and you can just move one pin. That way, you can shift those feet and straighten them out so it looks like he's actually flying. That's how we did this. Um, I didn't know that. That's such a cool trick. I don't know what you mean right now, but yes. David says, "Hey, thanks so much. I watched all of your green screen tutorials. Very useful, but I missed only this one thing. Now I understood it." Yeah, look at my. I think it's my last green screen tutorial. Let me see. It's not my last one. It's the one before. Um, because in the last one I was talking about camera movement. If you have a moving camera, how to do that. But in the one before, this is like actually um the perfect beginner tutorial for green screen. It didn't get that many views, but this is what the thumbnail looks like. This because I really explain how to do the lighting, what you can get away with, what you can't get away with, how to set up your camera and all that. Very good tutorial. And probably if I start making more tutorials, I'm gonna make more of those. Anyways, let me check my scene here because getting really late. I have to go to bed. One more thing while we are talking about a green screen. One more thing, what you want to do: select your green screen character. Okay, go under constraints, add a constraint, and use track to. I talk about this in my tutorials too. You want to track it to the camera. Because now when I move the camera, see this? Wherever I move the camera, my green screen character is always going to turn with it, which is going to help the illusion. Still, obviously, you want to keep camera distance to the ground. Um, the same, more or less. Is a little too low, like that. I think it was like a 1 meter or so from the ground. But this is a very important thing. Always do that. Always when you work with planes, it doesn't matter if it's a green screen or if it's I don't know, smoke or whatever acids you use. Always track it to the camera, so it always turns wherever the camera is going. Um, Surgical tricks. Thanks so much. I watched, saw that through key light, chroma key, and dispel. You could remove all as well, green screen and refine mask. Then and uh, erodes and or blur the edges in the subject, removing the anti-aliasing dispel generates. Yeah, I do all of this in After Effects. Before I import it into Blender, I do all of that in After Effects. Generally, people don't mention or focus on that point about virtual camera and physical camera should have setting. Um, yeah, because I'm a cinematographer, so this is something I always pay attention to. Everything when it comes to camera and lighting, I always pay more attention to that than people who do only CG. Um, Alejandro blends as well depth paths with live action. It will also mix with various fusion methods. Hello, video 5 mistakes people do while shooting green screen. It's a good idea. I actually made a very similar video. 10 something, 10 tips. Hold on. 10 VFX tips for a green screen. That's what it looks like. So it's not 5 mistakes. I made 10 VFX tips. That's when I went through all the tips in general. But I could also make about 5 mistakes. That's the thing. YouTube, you always make the same video over and over until because you realize what works and what doesn't. Okay, anyways, let me finish up the scene. So let me add a little camera movement. It's a very simple animation. I want the camera. I want the camera to start like somewhere here. Camera selected. Animate. Okay, this is where the explosion happens. It's a shame that I have to work in cycles because it's like slow, but I need to see the explosion. So I'm gonna move the camera like here. Hope the camera's not too fast. Animate this. Let me just see. The camera movement is fine. Explosion happens now. I'm also gonna add camera shake. The explosion is a little later than I thought. When does it happen? Okay, it's not here yet. It's right here. Okay. And this is where the camera is gonna stop more or less. We're gonna have camera shake here, but I'm gonna do this camera shake in After Effects. And here, I want this to follow the let me just add another keyframe here. I want this to follow the explosion because the explosion looks so cool. So I'm gonna animate the tilt. Is it Y? No, Y is up and down. Z, it's probably X. That's the 3D cursor. I'm stupid. Um, yeah, I want this to follow the explosion. Um, X rotation, which is this one. Only select it. I'm stupid. Why? I'm checking and looking, but I'm reading, but I'm reading the wrong thing. So I want this to follow the explosion. Animate only selected channels. Let me see. Yeah, I have to get used to having so many people in the comments because otherwise I'm gonna miss a few. The last tip I can give concerns right from the pre-comp phase, the lens, uh, the lens undistortion and the subsendary distortion in the comp phase of the 3D object. That was a very complicated sentence. The last tip I can give concerns right from the pre-comp phase. We're still talking about like in After Effects or in Blender. I wonder if I can just see it here because that's the secret of realism and CG integration. So you're saying the lens, undistort the lens and the substandard distortion. Yeah, this is always a good one. I recently started to do that in Blender. I used to do that only in After Effects. It always depends on the scene. If it's like, if I still do like compositing in uh, if I do compositing in After Effects, like put things together, and by compositing I don't mean just to put lens flares and stuff on it. If I actually composite my CG and elements with my actual video, then I rather do that in After Effects. Um, Otherwise, yeah, I do that in Blender. And the smoke dissipates here. And probably this movement should be a little slower. Okay, the smoke disappears. A frame 200? This is it shouldn't. Hold on. Smoke explosion. There it is. Try to trick me. Uh, yeah, sir. I use After Effects since 10 years also. Yeah, I've been using also After Effects for like 13, 14 years. I started filmmaking using After Effects. So After Effects, Premiere, um, Audacity, those were like the softwares I started to use right away. Um, that's how I started filmmaking. I know there's dude, you're a Nuke user. I'm not a Nuke user. I always was thinking I should be using Nuke. Um, um, but I'm like so used to After Effects. I don't think I will ever switch to Nuke. Plus, it's also expensive. If I switch softwares, I don't know. Do you guys are familiar with like DaVinci to do compositing in DaVinci? Is it any good? Because that's something I would consider actually doing my compositing in DaVinci. Uh, was Warden is using After Effects for 4 months and Blender for 8 months. That's fresh. Yeah, so I'm using Blender for like I think like 11 months now. Like exactly a year ago, more or less, I was making my first scene. I used Blender here and there a little before, but then really a year ago I started to do this every day because I really wanted to learn it. And After Effects, like I said, like 13, 14 years. Anything you integrate into 2D without distortion will always look fake. Yeah, I agree. And I will do that too. I can show you right now. Where's the compositor? Oh, I'm getting tired. I don't see anything anymore. Use nodes. Save this. What do I use usually? Lens distortion. Yeah, distortion. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, you just gotta be careful when it gets too close to the guy. Um, yeah. What do you guys say? Find Steve Wright book about CG and VFX. There's an entire chapter to cover that. I love DaVinci for color grading and using it to composite all my Blender EXR files for it. Yeah. So yeah, DaVinci is like I would consider using DaVinci as well because it's free also. And using Blender, which is free, DaVinci, which is free. But to relearn editing and compositing everything in DaVinci, I'm too old to learn a new software. I already had to learn Blender, you know what I mean? I usually do that in pre-com through lens distortion node. I automatically calculate the pixel difference of bounding box. How do I make a pre-com? I don't even know. This is usually how I do that. Anyways, let me look at the camera movement here. Because like I said, I at least want to render like one version. When is the camera starting to go up? It's too late. Maybe it's not too late. Take your take your free time to test it, and then it's not easy, but could pump your overall quality. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a look for sure. I'm always eager to learn new things. Anyways, this is like my camera movement now. Sorry, guys, I'm getting tired. So what time? What time is it where you guys are? That's something I want to know. Mm, should I drink water? I have water. What? 4 p.m. That's India, right? You're from India? 12 a.m. from Italy. I think you mean 12 p.m., right? Because Italy, hold on. Italy is like 10 hours ahead, isn't it? Or 9? Yeah, I think you mean 12:30 p.m. 6:30 a.m. Getting ready to go to school soon. 6:30 a.m. So that's 6 hours. No, that's 3 hours ahead. So you are on the East Coast. Was Warden your like Florida, Florida or so? You have to get ready for school, and uh you've been up all night with me live streaming. Um, East Coast, Best Coast. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I've been in Atlanta a few times. Um, never been to Florida. I've been Wisconsin, Minnesota. It's pretty far east, right? But not East Coast. But yeah, Atlanta. I guess it's like the eastest I have been. But yeah, I live on the West Coast because I have to. Anyways, let me turn on the depth of fields. Let me turn it off. Actually, I'm gonna turn the depth of field off because I'm gonna render this overnight. Excuse me, so I can see what's actually happening. I'm gonna add some camera shake. Point 3 using camera shakeify. Great plugin. Big fan. So now I have a little camera shake. Looks like handheld camera. Explosion. Just takes a little long for the camera to start panning up. So now the camera is not panning up, it's tilting up. That's always like cinematographers are always like, when you look up, it's not panning, it's tilting. This is rolling, by the way. If you, but it's also called a Dutch tilt. When you do an angle like this is called a Dutch tilt. Big fan, by the way. I always do Dutch tilts for everything. Not in my CG scenes though. I don't know why. And like when I shoot with real cameras, I always, you know, I'm always like this, like Dutch tilting, like everywhere, like this, like this. with with a wide angle. Always looks good. Makes it look dynamic. I always call it a Breaking Bad angle because in Breaking Bad they're breaking all the rules when it comes to cinematography. They just do whatever they want. I just turn off the VDB so I can actually see the camera movement in real time. Explosion. Now it's following the explosion. I really suggest take a look at digital compositing for film and video. Uh, I assume that's a book. Uh, if they have an audiobook, I'm gonna definitely listen to it because I don't have the time to read books, but I do have the time to uh, listen to books. Every time I drive somewhere, I listen to books. The last book I listened to, um, the last book I listened to was Save the Cat. If you are into script writing, uh, if you are into script writing, definitely read Save the Cat. It's like the best book there is. Okay, I think I'm done here. It's really I, like those live streams. They're like so much fun for me. It's like you don't even know. It's like especially because we have like 10 people here. Like everybody's engaged and stuff like that. It's like so much fun. Because usually when I do those effects, I do that by myself, and it's like boring. But save the cat. Um, you mean just type it in here? Yeah, it's I really like to hang out, especially it's like in the live stream. It's mostly the same people every time. Plus today we got Alejandro also. Um, Grazie. Isn't that how you say that in Italian? Grazie. One of my favorite movies is actually Italian. You probably know that Life is Beautiful. I don't know the original title. It's about World War II. Italian movie always makes me cry every time. Um, but yeah, exactly. Roberto, my brother. Susie says I wish you a good night. La vida è bella. Uh, La vida è bella. Bella means like nice or pretty, right? That's title of the movie. I assume. Yeah, it's a great movie. Uh, okay, I'm gonna render this. I just wanted to see the smoke properly for a second here. Just want to render the smoke real quick. What the smoke's actually gonna look like. Uh, yeah, Italian, beautiful language, and you guys always speak like this, right? Is that actually a thing? Do you actually speak like this, or is it just something they make fun of in the movies? Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the culture, right? Like I'm Polish, right? And Polish people, they also have their own way of talking. Like they say kurwa every second word. Very expressive. Uh, that's how New Yorkers. Are you from New York? I've been a few weeks ago. I've been on the Warner Brothers set a lot, and on the New York sets. So at the Warner Brothers sets, they have like a New York set. So basically, looks like New York, and we've been driving around there and shooting and stuff like that. That was cool. Okay, now it looks cool, right? What do you think? We're gonna see it in the movement. Uh, I think it's pretty cool. Just wanted to rotate my HDRI a little. I've seen recently they're developing The Last of Us Part 2, probably in Canada set. I don't even know. Like lots of Last of Us is CG. It's probably a lot shot in Los Angeles. I don't know where the main like on sets on locations are. That'd be cool to work on Last of Us. What studio is that? Is that one of those? Last, last of us shell location. Yeah, Canada. Hmm. How are your thoughts about learning Unreal for filmmaking? I don't know. I mean, people seem to do like some have some good results with the Unreal Engine, especially when you use those Magic Studios. Yeah, Alejandro just said it all in real time. It's all right. I think it's part of the lazy filmmaking, which becomes very trendy in the lately. Because everything has to be fast. Just look, for example, just compare Jurassic World, Virtual Studio, Virtual Production, and Jurassic Park. It's all real CG, or like you know, like Blender, like actual putting effort into things. You see the difference between Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is 20 something years old. Looks so much better than Jurassic World. It's not a coincidence because of all those Unreal virtual productions and all that. It doesn't look as good. It doesn't look as good. Yes, it is real time and all that, but it just doesn't look as good. Unreal is good for the rendering time, but I like Blender a lot because I bought too many add-ons for it. Yeah, I mean, there's also that thing. The scene looks cool. It's just my character is the colors are not right. A little pale. I think that's better. Yeah. Speaking of Unreal, I got a brand deal. I got my very first brand deal. Maybe it's a maybe still. For an app. I'm not gonna name the app here yet, but I have to do like a little short. Um, it's like an Unreal Engine app where you can put yourself into like Unreal Engine environments just with your phone. So you film yourself, and they put you into an Unreal Engine environment, light you or like color you also like the environment, and it's all right. Yeah, I tried it for a little bit, so I have to make like a little short out of this. Um, it's like AR style, yes. It's impressive how fast you can get results. But it's obviously not perfect. Let's go. It's about time you got a brand deal. Yeah, I'm very picky when it comes to stuff like that because everybody wants to make brand deals and not everything fits into like my my niche. The things I do, um, like CG stuff, filmmaking. Like if Sony wanted to make a brand deal, I would love that. I use Sony cameras for the past 6 years or so, and those use Sony lenses. If they were like, "Hey, do you want to talk about cameras, about our camera in your video? We're gonna send you the camera." Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that, even if it doesn't fit my videos anymore because I used to do more like filmmaking. Now it's more like CG. I still would make a brand deal with Sony, or if like Embergen wanted to do a brand deal, or if Apple wanted to do a brand deal. I use all those products. Yes, I would make a brand deal with them. But sometimes I get a brand deal from like a vacuum cleaner company. I'm not saying I don't use vacuum cleaners, but it's not like it doesn't fit my channel. So even if you pay me $1 million, I wouldn't do a brand deal. Okay, for 1 million, I would do a brand deal, but not like for like a normal amount. Um, Nice stuff. You could add an actual shot. It's a camera Shakeify. It's a free add-on for Blender. Also could do identical stuff or pump it even in After Effects using wiggle. Yeah, I always use it. What I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna wiggle the camera in Blender. Uh, I'm gonna have a camera shake right on the explosion, or I'm gonna do that in After Effects. Right now, the camera shake I do have is I use camera Shakeify. You can see that here. Um, so that's why my camera is shaking. Where's my vacuum cleaning the studio BTS? Yeah. The thing is, if I did get a brand deal like from a vacuum cleaner or so, or for example, Manscaped. You know Manscaped, the company where you shave yourself, like as a man, you shave your balls and stuff like that. They do a lot of brand deals with like social media people. And if they were like, "Hey, can you do a brand deal with us?" I still would do it because for two reasons. I do use their products. I'm a big fan of their products. And also, if it's like a product like that, I would just make uh, a YouTube video, how to make a product commercial in Blender, and would use their products and talk about their product a little while I do that. Then I still could make it work. Um, So yeah, again, this is not sponsored by Manscaped. Me saying this right now, it's just my honest opinion. Um, yeah. Anyways, yes, I am using Camera Shakeify right now. Uh, I would definitely buy a Manscaped product from you if they ever sponsor you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not planning on doing any sponsorships like big ones until I have like I don't know 50,000, 100,000 followers or so. Um, like those people, they approached me. It's not like I approached them. So if they want to do it, if they want to pay me, sure, let's go. Let's give it a try. That way, I can ease my way into doing sponsorships and see how it goes. Oh yeah. By the way, if you're in this live stream, make sure to like it in case I haven't mentioned that yet. And check out my latest video. Go watch my latest video, like it, and give it a comment because it doesn't get enough engagement. I need more engagement in my videos. Yeah. I'm also going on a little vacation or staycation. I'm house sitting at the mansion on a meeting tomorrow night. So I'm taking some time off until Monday, or so. It's time because I'm burning out slowly. So I know I have to take it easy. Um, So you would buy a Manscaped product if they ever sponsor me. That's funny. Yeah, I'm looking at this. I have to stop. It's 4 p.m. It's 4 a.m. I have to stop. I'm going to render this thing. Um, how long did the last render take? I forgot. Like 30 seconds, 20 seconds. I think I can crank up um the settings a little. Uh, threshold 0.5. It's all fine. Motion blur, yes. Depth of field, I'm gonna keep off for now so I can see everything. Uh, yeah, I'm about to render passes. Do I need anything? No, it's all good. I do use my compositor. That's fine. Oh, there. Excuse me. House explosion. Yeah, probably when I see this tomorrow, I'm gonna redo everything. So everything you saw in this video and this live stream, it's gonna be completely different. That's how it is sometimes. Because I usually, when I do those live streams, I work on a scene. The next morning, I see what I rendered, and then I basically have to fix everything. So I basically, not basically, but I don't start over, but I do a lot over. Um, yeah. What should I call this? House explosion. That's how I usually name my files, and then because I render an image sequence, so it's underscore. So I don't need alpha, but I do want, yeah. So 24 frames, 150 frames is what I need. There's a lot of dedication. I don't think I will ever scrap a project I worked for hours. What do you mean you will never, uh, you don't think you will ever scrap a project you worked for hours? No, it's not. I don't mean scrap it, but for example, I render it and then I see maybe it's too much smoke in the smoke simulation, so I have to go back to Embergen and remove the smoke or make it less or something like that. This one still looks better than, maybe it's like the lighting. Um, redo a few things. It happens all the time. Let me render this one more. I just want to see how much one frame takes. Like redo a scene all over again since it takes a while to get the resource and try to fix the problem afterwards. Um, yeah, I mean, usually I never redo a whole project. Like I either fix it and then I just move on. I just make something new and just learn from the mistakes. But yeah, I would not restart doing that. I just wanted to see how long it takes to render one frame. The last one took 35 seconds. 44 seconds. Okay. I usually do the math. 44 seconds could simply reduce density in the shader without go back then emergent. Yes, yeah. I mean, that was just an example. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Um, but maybe I just don't like how it interacts or something. But I have the feeling I actually have to crank the density a little more. crank it. Oh, not 7, let's say 6. So that took 45 seconds to render one image, one frame. Now I'm going to do the math. 45 seconds times 250 frames. It's 3 hours. That's not too bad. And the next time I'm going to be working on this is going to be in 10 hours, so I can crank this even more. Not that it's necessary, but I'm going to use that noise threshold of 0.02. All right. Save this. And in render output, put the noise to 0.1 or 0.01 if you have GeForce. I suggest use optics and GPU calculations faster and more cool. That's what I'm doing, right? You can see my settings. But you were saying 0.1 or 0.01 is faster than 0.02. Also, reduce light pass, diffuse limits 1 max, reflections 3 max. I always render in optics. I don't understand why it wasn't optics. That's weird. Huh, that's weird. I usually always use optics. What else are you saying? Okay, I'll just follow your advice here. Okay, you go, so also reduce light pass, diffuse, really, 1. Total is fine. Volumetric 10. Oh, damn, okay. Glossy 3. Transmission. Alright, let's, you said 0.01. Let's test it. Let's render a frame. Where does the explosion start? Like here? It's probably gonna take a few minutes though. Someone texted me on the add persistent data. So persistent data? Where is that? Hold on, I don't want this. Also in performance. There it is. What does it do? Keep render data around for faster re-renders and animation renders at the cost of increased memory usage. I see. Okay. what is it? DJ Suda just texted me on Instagram saying that YouTube Shorts hurt your YouTube views. The thing is, I got most of my subscribers from one video, from one green screen video, not even a short. So I don't know. I might have to stop posting shorts. But on the other hand, those shorts, uh, no, it wasn't 30 frames for the previous previous frame. I just stopped it. So no, it definitely increased because the noise threshold is like way lower now. Uh, yeah, I don't feel like the samples make a difference. Does YouTube Shorts really hurt YouTube views? I remember huge channels saying it doesn't like cooking channels. The thing is, people say different things. For me personally, I feel like it does make sense to post shorts because all those effect videos they are basically shorts, and that's how I can advertise the longer videos. Um, I could try to stop posting shorts for a month or so and see what happens. You say it saves a lot of time to reduce the samples. We're gonna see. I'm gonna have it finished, and then we're gonna see how long it's gonna take. Then I'm gonna reduce the sample size, let's say by divide by 4 or so. And then we'll see if it's actually gonna be faster or not. Because I have the feeling the sample count actually does not make a difference. But we'll see. And you say never do 4K renders. You didn't put volumetric fog. No, I did not. I will eventually. But also, I realized to mix two fogs with each other, it always gives me like artifacts. I'm gonna show you like in a second. Uh, well, the thing is, if I render VFX for a movie which goes to a theater, I have to render in 4K. There's no way around it. Sometimes even 6K. Um, uh, And yes, you don't see it on your screen or on your phone, but you do see it on a big screen if you rendered something in full HD and upscale it. Okay, so that took 3 minutes and 38 seconds for one frame. Now I'm gonna divide this by 8 and see if it's actually faster. Yeah. The thing is, like I said, this is just a render overnight. I'm not gonna look at the computer for the next 10 hours anyways, so I can render it anyways, but it's definitely good to know if I can save time like that. So I'm almost done here. So the last render took like almost 4 minutes with a sample rate of 4,000 something. It took 3 minutes and 30 something seconds. This one took only 1 minute. And it doesn't look worse, I would say. So I guess you're right. Um Is it the same quality? I don't know. Um, it might look the same on the computer, on this screen, and definitely in the live stream, but on the big movie theater screen, uh, Alt Tab for easy fog. That makes no sense. What do you mean by Alt Tab? What I'm That's what I'm saying. Like it might look the same on like a computer screen, but it's not gonna look the same on the big screen. It's oh, it's a plugin name. Yeah, I guess I can use a plugin for the easy fog. I used Starlight for a second there. Oh, my material is too small. I used Starlight plugin for a while to do like easy fog. Um, but I stopped using that. I just like the regular way to make fog. I did it again. It's it messes with my when I mix volumetrics with each other. It I don't know. It gives me like weird artifacts. Is it free? The fog plugin, is it free? Uh, damn, this creator named it Alt Tab Fog too. Hmm. Yep, composite and do the magic. No, I'll check it out. Hmm. I just want to compare what it looks like when I use emissive fog compared to like using the density. The density always does look better for sure. Hmm. Man, I'm getting really tired now. Yeah, let me render this. I promise it's just for because I'm rendering overnight, but in the future I'm gonna start using a lower uh sample count. I promise. All right, render animation. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Okay, the first few frames should be fast because there's like no volumetrics going on. It's just this guy. I can already see. Where's my particles? They should show up, right? We'll see. Oh, that's a cool thing. Even though it's just a 2D layer, I still get a shadow, which is cool. There's some tricky stuff to pump overall quality and compositing 3D. Main task is achieving a render in less time. Max quality you can, but I never left the color render as it is in home. I remember people used to put fog as image planes and still get some good results. And I still do that in if I have like a 3D scene, no, like a live action scene, I have like video of fog and I just put it on top and I can on layers. It works fine. It works pretty good. You just overkill your hardware using values that were too high and reckless. Initially, did this too. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'm rendering overnight anyways. Like I said, I'm rendering. I'm not gonna work until like 8 hours from now, 9 hours from now. So it might as well just render. You see, it takes a minute. Yeah, I actually made a video on render settings once, but it's been a while. It's been a long time. So definitely, and Blender also changed. He has the hardware for being reckless. It's true. Now I do. To preserve machine obviously for a long time. Yeah, I mean obviously you don't want to overload your computer too. Yeah, I mean there's already things I don't like. The grass is not thick enough. I need the grass to be smaller and uh, thicker. Um, yeah, there's already a few things I don't like, but it's fine. I'm gonna work on this tomorrow. All right, beautiful people. Hmm. Let me. Oh, need to move. Oh, my legs. Oh, I've been I've been sitting for too long. Ooh. So, there we are. Oh, my knees are hurting. How long have I been sitting like this? 4 hours? 3 hours? Yeah. Hey, Heiko. I'm about to go to bed. Um. So it's time to go to bed. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm extremely exhausted. It's 4 a.m. But again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was uh, it was an honor. It was an honor to hang out with you guys. Was Warden says, "Thank you for streaming, King. I hope you have a good night and rest. Good night, sir. It was great. Thank you guys for your valuable tips, especially Alejandro. Heiko just joined in. I'm sorry, but the the live stream is over. I've been live for 3 hours and 19 minutes. Yeah, I had a blast. Thank you for hanging out. And I don't know when the next video is coming, but I definitely uploaded one today, so definitely go check it out. You guys are great. And thank you for all the donations. I know there were no donations, but I know you guys were thinking about it. Thank you for all my Patreons. I don't think any patrons are in my live streams right now. Unless there are. I do have a few Patreons. And you're talking like you are confessing to a girl. No, I just know that I'm talking straight into the microphone right now, so I have to be a little quieter so I'm not yelling. Uh, I'm sorry for being a poor student. I'm kidding. Donations are always nice, but you guys are not obligated. I'm doing those live streams or this YouTube content. The purpose of those is to do it for free, that you guys don't have to pay anything. And YouTube can pay for it. That's the idea. It's free wisdom, free knowledge. That's the idea behind it. I'm confessing to a girl. I'm too old to be confessing to girls. You make mistakes in your 20s, you regret them in your 30s, and you don't make mistakes again. Hopefully. I'm trying not to. So, yeah. Thank you so much for everything.